Welcome back to another enlightening episode. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. Today, we dive into a fascinating topic: the Exodus effect, Bible's influence on liberation movements. The Bible, a text that has captivated millions across time and space, is not just a religious scripture, but an influential literary work that has shaped societies and driven movements. Its stories and teachings have been interpreted in countless ways, often used as a beacon of hope and a call to action. One story that has particularly resonated throughout history is the Exodus narrative. It has ignited the spirits of those seeking liberation, inspiring movements from the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement. The Bible's profound influence on these movements is a testament to its enduring power and relevance. Join us as we journey through time to explore this fascinating aspect of history. To understand its influence, we must first delve into the Exodus narrative itself. This ancient tale, found in the second book of the Bible, tells the story of Moses leading the Israelites out of bondage in Egypt towards the Promised Land. It's a narrative rich with themes of freedom and liberation, as a once oppressed people rise against tyranny, guided by divine intervention. These themes resonated deeply with countless oppressed populations throughout history. It's not difficult to see why. The Exodus narrative presents a compelling vision of liberation, a hopeful promise that tyranny can be overthrown and freedom attained. It's a story that speaks to the human spirit's relentless yearning for freedom, justice, and dignity. From this narrative, oppressed peoples have drawn strength and inspiration. They've seen in it a reflection of their own struggles, a roadmap to their own liberation. This story of liberation became a beacon of hope for many inspiring movements that changed the course of history. Now let's travel to the 18th and 19th centuries, a pivotal period in history. During this time, the Bible became a powerful tool in the hands of those advocating for the abolition of slavery, both in Europe and in America. In America, the abolitionist movement was deeply rooted in religious sentiment. Many abolitionists, such as Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, used biblical references to argue against the institution of slavery. Stowe's novel, for instance, is replete with biblical allusions, painting slavery as a grave sin that contradicted Christian values. Similarly, Sojourner Truth, a former slave-turned-abolitionist, drew heavily from biblical teachings in her speeches and writings to denounce slavery. Across the pond, in the United Kingdom, the story wasn't much different. William Wilberforce, a prominent politician and devout Christian, led a successful campaign against the slave trade in the British Empire. Wilberforce's arguments were deeply rooted in his Christian beliefs. He frequently referenced the Bible in his speeches, arguing that slavery was incompatible with the teachings of Christianity. But it wasn't just individuals. Entire religious groups, such as the Quakers, were instrumental in the abolitionist movement. The Quakers, also known as the Society of Friends, are a Christian denomination known for their commitment to social justice. They were among the first to condemn slavery on religious grounds, often citing biblical passages that emphasized the inherent dignity and worth of all individuals. While the Bible was used by some to justify slavery, it was also a source of inspiration and moral strength for those who sought to end it. Biblical teachings about love, justice, and the inherent dignity of all human beings served as the foundation for many abolitionist arguments against slavery. The Bible, thus, played a crucial role in one of the most significant liberation movements in history. It served as a moral compass, guiding individuals and groups who fought tirelessly to end the inhumane institution of slavery. This period in history serves as a testament to the transformative power of the Bible and its teachings. Fast forward to the 20th century, the Bible continued to inspire liberation movements. The American Civil Rights Movement and the rise of liberation theology in Latin America are prime examples of this enduring influence. The Civil Rights Movement, a struggle for social justice and equality for African Americans, was deeply rooted in religious conviction. The Bible's narratives of liberation and justice became a rallying cry. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a Baptist minister and the movement's most prominent leader, often drew upon the Exodus story and other biblical narratives in his speeches and writings. For King and many others, these stories served as a metaphor for the African-American experience in the United States. They spoke of a journey from the bondage of slavery and segregation to the promised land of freedom and equality. Meanwhile, in Latin America, a new interpretation of the Christian faith was emerging. Liberation theology, a movement within the Catholic Church, was born out of the harsh realities of poverty, social injustice, and political oppression. Its proponents, like Gustavo Gutierrez of Peru and Leonardo Boff of Brazil, argued that the Bible should be read from the perspective of the poor and oppressed. They believed that God had a special concern for the marginalized, and that Christians were called to join in their struggle for liberation. From the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement, the Bible's influence is undeniable. We've journeyed through history, observing the profound impact of the Exodus narrative on liberation movements across centuries. The Bible, with its powerful stories of freedom and deliverance, has served as a beacon of hope and a rallying cry for those oppressed and marginalized. The abolition of slavery and the civil rights movement are but two chapters of this enduring narrative. The Bible's influence extends beyond these, permeating into contemporary struggles for justice and equality worldwide. Its timeless lessons continue to inspire and guide individuals and communities in their quest for liberation. Indeed, the Bible's influence on liberation movements is far from a closed chapter. It remains a relevant and potent force, serving as a moral compass, guiding us towards a world where freedom and justice are not merely ideals, but realities for all. Thanks for watching, and remember, the fight for freedom and justice continues. Be sure to share this video and join the conversation in the comments below.